I finished the last two episodes, and while I still feel the same way about Keisha, I feel like the show had a bunch of problematic characters. I say that, and then I will also say that these are probably the most in tune with their emotion teenagers I have ever seen in my life. I don't see how you go from one end of the extreme to the next in a year span, but maybe that's just the growth of their, journey or whatever. I felt like Justin always had that ability to be honest and kind of speak his true emotions. And it was really kind of getting Keisha to that point. But when she finally was able to get, that understanding from her absentee father, um, she realized that, Justin wasn't really putting her on the pedestal in the healthiest of ways. I felt like I'm not saying that the show didn't have a meaning. I'm saying that I don't know. The ending kind of threw me. It's not that it wasn't good. It was more so that wasn't the perceived understanding of the characters up until the end. And maybe y'all had a different perspective on that, but to me, it felt like it was an extremity that we were coming to a head of, and then all of a sudden, everybody was level headed in their decision making, their understanding, and their life choices. And I just couldn't get it because everything that was coming towards that, I don't know. It just felt like it was a lot more at stake than what it truly was. And then when you come to the realization that maturity and understanding matters, it just felt like the story had lost a little bit of its meaning. I'm not saying that it was bad overall, but by the end of it, I just felt like I can still stand on they had Keisha doing stuff just to move the plot, and that's okay. But it wasn't, in my mind, written from the perspective of a real teenager. It was definitely a crazy roller coaster. To me, a lot of the things and actions that were being put in front of them were all solvable in different ways with more so just communication. And I feel like by the end of it, that's where we got to. It's just that it wasn't they made it seem like it was going to be something different to me. But I think the show portrayed the importance of blackness and the importance of having community very well. That's what I'll say. That's what came across to me. The importance of, having a black experience and not being surrounded by things that may not be beneficial to our children, and then on top of that, being in tune with your emotions and being able to communicate those emotions. I think those 2 points came across really, really well. So I still give it a solid 7 out of 10. But those last two episodes were really just, I kind of tuned them out a little bit because at that point it felt like um they were just going to, it was going to be resolved in a healthy way, which is fine. I'm not saying that it's a problem, but it felt like the writing at the top half and in the bottom half totally different.